What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos Rain here. Excuse me for a second. In this video, I'm here to show you a little bit about the progress I've made, along with respond to one of my viewers' questions, which was first and foremost, can I do the 80 plus content as far as the contracts and blueprints? Well, I can. I can't run them in full juiced mode. I can't do like, rare or whatever. I can do them white or blue, which is still fine. It doesn't really matter if you do them rare or not. I just like running them rare specifically so I can open more chests on the way to the big chest. But if your build isn't able to tank like rare mods on these, which is understandable, some of the mods that they added are ridiculous. Like, just giving them the effect of always poison, all that other stuff can be really detrimental to you, as well as all the igniting and all that other stuff if you don't already have immunities or anything like that. I can kill the rares pretty well. It just takes me a little bit sometimes, and it's touch and go. So yeah, unfortunately, this build is good, but it does suffer from the fact that it can't just sit there and blow everything up in the higher tiers and whatnot. Now, the biggest change you can do is getting a pure fizz bow instead of my bow, which is Arborix. There's ups and downsides to that. The upside to a pure fizz bow is that you end up getting a lot more damage. The downside is you lose a big chunk of your defenses. However, you also maintain a little more defenses because you are getting evasion back in your kit, which means you can scale evasion to its cap even easier and be an full evasion build. However, just being evasion, at least in the past, has proven to be a little bit hard to do. So it's usually evasion is just one of the defenses that you need to go with something else, right? Like that means when you're hit, you still take a big chunk of damage. Now, of course, I do have other damage reductions in my kit, so that's not that big a deal. But not everyone has that luxury. So, yeah. This brings me to another question. The other question was asked that if they can see my build because they like it, so on and so forth. And sure, I'll show you pretty much everything I'm working with, and if you want to replicate it, you're free to. First thing I'll go over is the Arborix bow. The Arborix is a pretty high base fizz bow with crit multi implicit right here. It is up to 413 right here. It can go a little higher if I divine it, but I don't really care. And then you have increased attack cast speed if you haven't, or increased attack speed if you haven't cast dash recently, increased evasion if you haven't cast, or if you have cast dash recently, and increased movement speed if I've cast dash recently. So if you dash, you just zoom real quick, get out of the way, and then you get 2 arrows if you haven't cast dash, and then travel skills other than dash are disabled. It also grants level 30 dash, which means you don't have to have a second wind gem or anything like that, giving you an extra gem slot. And it also gives you iron reflexes, which converts all your evasion into armor, and dex provides no bonus from evasion. So this is a double-edged sword. It makes it so I am tanky, but it makes it so I can't evade attacks, which is, a pretty big downside if you ask me in some cases, but honestly, the way I build my build, it's fine. After that, we are currently using the the Winter Weave ring along with the Call of the Void ring. Now, we're doing this because the Winter Weave gives us the reverse effect of chill and movement speed when I'm ignited. So when I do get ignited, I get more movement speed and chill effect reversed. This says all damage taken from hits can chill me. So when I'm hit, I get chilled. And all damage I hit with can chill, which is good, but that's not why I like the ring. The rest of the ring is really good. Excuse me. It says enemies chilled by your hits can be shattered as though they were frozen, which means you do not have to crit them. You can just shoot them and they will explode into ice. And this chains with Herald of Ice as well. Enemies chilled by your hits have their damage lessen their damage dealt by half a chill effect. This means enemies chill effect being 30%. Means they do 15% less damage to you overall. Then we have the Eternal Struggle. When we inflict a critical strike, Malignant Madness reduces the action speed by 10% for 8 seconds. And damage and action speed and that's if the Eater of Worlds is dominant, which is right here. And of course, if you see here, when a unique monster is in my presence, I get 12% suppression chance, along with 19% cold damage, which is the lesser one. Excuse me. Ooh. After that, our boots are double fractured boots that we made ourselves. We just took some bases, did a T1 fractured life, T2 fractured lightning, and we stopped on movement speed on slot, and our reses were fire res plus a suppression, just so we can suppress cap easier. And then we have the implicits of brittle ground while moving, and the gain fizz is chaos. It's just what we have. We've been trying to get other stuff, but you know, we don't have the currency to do it right now. And then we have here our freezes, inflict, spread, and currently exerted attacks, but ideally we want the better mod of inflict cold exposure. So that's going to be a very huge upgrade for us when we get that. It's another minus res, because currently we don't have a lot of pen except for our pen gem. And then of course our gloves themselves are double temple modded. We used with a armor recombiner, and that's giving us increased damage against chilled enemies, which are all enemies are chilled, and then increased crit chance against shocked enemies, which basically helps us crit a lot better to go with this amulet here. Our belt is just a flat percent increased chance to freeze whenever we use a flask with fire, lightning, res, and then increased cold damage and cold leeches life. It's a pretty solid belt, especially for a starter belt. Oh, best upgrade I can get right now, unfortunately, is a headhunter, and they're really expensive, so honestly it's just gonna sit until I can get to that point. Our quiver is just tri-res with a little bit of LE damage and flat lightning damage. This initially was the lightning arrow setup, so I just decided to keep it. Then we have the Gold Raven Mask, and the goal is self-explanatory. It just gives you a shrine, increase the shrine effect on you, and a chance to get a shrine, increase shrine effect on you, increase duration on you, and a chance to get a shrine when you kill enemies. Now when I'm mapping, I usually have shrines on the map as well with all the buffs to it, so I just have a shrine that lasts 2 minutes, so on and so forth. If you've seen my other videos, it also gives you a little bit of life and cold res, so it's pretty solid all around her. And then other than that, we have our links, with our main link being Inspiration, Awaken Cold Pin, Ice Shot, Awaken LE damage with attacks, Greater Multiple Projectile, and Added Cold. Now, Greater Multiple Projectile is more of my mapping gem. I usually use, let me find it here, Hypothermia, right? Yeah, Hypothermia for, like, you know, more indoor stuff and stuff like that. The mapping gems is, you know, when you want to clear a whole bunch of packs real quick, usually Awaken GMP and Chain are what I use. But I mean, honestly, I just switch when by how I feel. And then of course we have Awaken Added Cold, which is almost level 5 as well. Once it's level 5, you get +1 to your Ice Shot. Our single target is a Nice Shot Barrage setup, which is, where are you? Ice Shot, Barrage Support, Cold, Added Cold, elemental damage with attacks, inspiration, and cold pin. Now I could get other awakened gems for the second 6th link, but I mean honestly, even testing with the awakened gems, you don't do an insane amount more. So I just kind of take the loss, you know, and murder enemies as fast as possible with my regular Ice Shot, and then on bosses I just press strength, kill everything. Our links and our helmets, we just have Precision at level 16, a Defiance banner, which isn't active yet. I need a Mana Reserve Jewel, cluster specifically. Eventually I'll buy one or something, but I've been hoping to find one. Blood Rage, which helps us generate frenzies when we need it. And occasionally we do summon the Ice Golem, which is more crit chance and more accuracy. Our boots, we have Cast When Damage Taken and Steel Skin. Now, Steel Skin is pretty good, but I do have a secondary. It's right here, I believe. Yeah, Immortal Call. Immortal Call just is a flat percent reduction of damage, and this stacks with all of your other reduction. So that's just something you can kind of think about if you guys are wanting to run that. Then we have Grace, and Grace we're just using at all times because, you know, we want the Grace to be converted to evasion or to armor. We have Herald of Ice, Hatred, Sniper's Mark, Mark on Hit. This makes it so whenever we hit something, we just mark them, and it gets the Sniper Mark, which increases damage taken by projectiles by a lot. This is a really huge war multiplier for your kit, and that's essentially the basics of the build. You can choose where to go from there. Now let's go ahead and show you a little bit more about what we're doing. Well, as you saw in our last video, we were running Heist and just kind of grinding through it. We are able to run relatively high heists. Right now the highest one I've done is a 79 grand heist without worrying about it, but the difference between health pools between 79 and 80 is ridiculous, and honestly if I'm able to blow through a level 79 but I take like 5 minutes extra to do a level 80 and the difference in drops is pretty negligible. I mean, not really that much. You might as well just run the lower ones. These ones obviously are really low, so you know the super low ones aren't going to give you a whole lot, but it is what it is. And let's go ahead and go straight into, you know, what we're doing. I have had a couple lucky drops. I did find the Crested Desire, which is a very, very rare drop. That was a pretty cool come up for me. Unfortunately, it is one of those items that, you know, you have to find a buyer for, and it might take a while.
How do you feel?
I'm not up to that just yet.
Large electrified metal rods jutting from your spine?
Strongly
We've decided. What about your skull?
That isn't better.
Got it. Legs it is.
And of course our first area is going to be laggy as per usual. Oh, can't move.
Tougher than I look, eh?
Alright, make sure you get all the lag gone. Alright. Hopefully the lag's gone.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, I don't really care about any of the rooms in these ones, so these are just strictly excuse me, strictly for the big reward at the end. So I'm just opening the small chest. Let's see.
That, my friend, is very expensive.
I was thinking about the catalyst for a second. I don't care.
Oh, I've got just the contraption for this. This clock is on the verge of chiming.
Phew! Quick, get him.
I don't want that. I want that. Go away. Alright, so that leaves a little bit of alert level. I don't have any rogue gear yet. Tried offering and people aren't selling them, so we have an almost minion speed, Divergent Flesh offering,
Strategy was incorrect.
Divergent Defiance Banner.
Still die sooner.
I believe the better one is actually the Anomalous, and that's actually worth a couple X. Anomalous Purity of Ice, chance to avoid being frozen, and Divergent Fried. Overwhelm physical damage reduction. I believe I have this one already. Void being frozen is probably okay. Skill effect duration. Yeah, let's do that one. Nope. Looks like a swing. Defiance Banner is a really good skill to begin with, so it's not too surprising it swing.
You're insane! You know that, right?
Don't let them touch me!
Gotta be a little careful with those, they hurt. But as long as you can dash straight through, you're fine.
You're right?
My mana is gone.
Any more? Huh? Fight your way out.
Now, I will say I am able to do T16 maps pretty easily. I just can't juice them with the Sentinel that much because the extra health they get makes them pretty annoying to deal with. Now, when I get a Headhunter, that might be different because I can just start getting some buffs, and as the buffs stack up, I can sit there and not only tank them, but delete them pretty easily. Plus, I can give them more modifiers via the node. And just like that, we got out with the Defiance banner. I'm hoping it's worth a couple X, but on average, every good gem is going to be an X or two. And then the rest of them are like 80, 70 C. Oh, we got the lag again. There we go. Didn't hit us.
Let's throw a wrench in the works.
Okay.
Share that.
I hate that modifier. Sentinel's so annoying.
The end, then. If they cannot prevent us from taking it, it is ours.
Incoming. She's a beaut.
My turn.
Yep, well, we don't even have enough small chests in this one, but let's hope our gem is bred.
Together, success.
We made it this far. Why stop now?
So we have an Almost Spirit Offering, which is cast speed, an Almost Infernal Legion, which is supported skills take more of their life as fire damage per second. That's actually cool. Divergent Righteous Fire, which is buff grants increased spell damage. Anomalous Berserk, which is cooldown recovery. I actually already have that one.
Excited.
And Phantasmal Arcanus Brand, which is chaining range. So I think I want to go with this one because I don't own it. Oh no, that's not good. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Oh, well. Unfortunately, we just got shafted by GGG. That's very unfortunate. I actually haven't had that happen in a while. Well, now you have to watch me go through a loading screen again, and then another loading screen, and then another loading screen. All at the PlayStation's very slow roll. PlayStation 4, obviously. I think PS5 is a lot faster. Let's see if I think I have a wing left. Maybe. If I don't, then, you know, we'll just pop in the next one and hope I get something good. Unfortunately, you know, there is going to be some issues where you do drop and lag and all that other stuff, so can't really do a whole lot about it. Just gotta roll with the punches. Alright. Let's go back to the harbor. So it looks like we still have a wing left. That's good. Hopefully we can make up for the lost gem. Now, I know it's probably not worth a lot. It's a good gem, you know, increased burning damage from Infernal Legion, but it's probably only like 50C. But 50C is 50C when you're trying to save for a headhunter, you know what I mean? Oh, and we died apparently. That's great.
Fight together, and we shall overcome. It's better than less.
Let's pop this little sucker open.
Death, one way or another. Death for them.
She's a beaut.
Thou found a few inventions.
We have company.
As you can see, everything's hanging in one shot. Not really having any issues with this. There are rares that take a couple of hits, but I mean,
Well, go on then, Rick. Get him.
not really having much issues. So we have Ice Trap, which is freezes enemies as though dealing more damage. Wave of Conviction, which is area of effect. Phantasmal Puncture, which is chance to maim. Oh, we froze again. Are we gonna get dropped again? We got dropped again. Okay. Well, I didn't expect ourselves to be dropped 2 times back to back immediately. That's pretty shitty, honestly. Like, I don't understand why it's happening. Let's try this again. I hope there's no heist bugs like there was in Heist League where you just like were dropping for no reason all the time. If those came back, then that would be very, very unfortunate, especially since I just recently started doing Heist. I would really like to, you know, finish all my blueprints and contracts and get some value out of it, but if that can't happen, then it'll be a shame, honestly. Luckily, I didn't crack the case, though. You know, I still have a chance to bring it out. We'll see.
They need a touch.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Alright, then we have Mana Bond and Blade Storm. So nothing really crazy anyway. Blade Storm is increased damage with ailments. This is increased effect of lightning ailments. So honestly, Wave of Conviction is more used. Let's see. If we get lucky enough to survive this without crashing, that would be great, but as you saw before, we're not holding our breath.
Can't celebrate yet.
Empty head unite.
Careful, quick!
Zootikins, here comes a beating.
And where can't I move? Oh boy, okay. I don't know why I couldn't move right there. I thought my phasing class. Oh, nope, we crashed. Yep, we crashed. Well, that's it for this video. I would love to show you me crashing through 3 more wings of another blueprint, but unfortunately I'm not going to do that. Losing 2 gems out of 1 blueprint is really harsh, and I don't think, you know, I don't think I want to sit around and crash out a whole bunch of contracts, so that'll probably be it for me for PoE, at least until there's some kind of update saying, hey, we're fixing this, because it's not okay, you know. Other than that, I might be on playing maps or something if I don't crash out of those 2. We'll see. Thanks so much for watching my videos. As always, take it easy, have a good one, and don't forget to stop by my stream on twitch.tv/chaosreigns, and or stop by my Patreon, which is patreon.com/chaosreign. As always, I will be leaving a link to both of these in the description of the video. Take it easy, everybody.